specifically at ratios when you're given a total. For example, write this little problem down here. The ratio of boys to girls. The ratio of boys to girls was 2 to 7. If there are 27 kids in the class, how many are girls? And what happens here is that you need to still draw your little ratio box. Remember the ratio box? Yes, Mr. Hahn, you remember it vividly. In your ratio box, you have your ratio and your actual, and the two things we're comparing are the boys to girls, correct?
Yes.
And you fill in the number. There were 2 boys to 7 girls. But where does this 27 go? Because 27 is not boys or girls, Nikki Kala, it is
Total?
It is total, which means we need to add one more set of blocks here, or boxes, that is the total. Now, is 27 the total of the ratio or the total of the actual? That's the question. Nicholas?
Actual.
It's the actual, so it goes there. Now, here's where it's going to be hard for you to figure out. Can I figure out what the total of the ratio is? If I have 2 boys and 7 girls, is there any way to figure out what the total of boys and girls in my ratio is, Jeremy?
Just add them.
Yeah, it's just add them. You can figure this out, it's 9. When you have 2 boys and 7 girls, that's 9 total people. So you're going to have to do a little bit of figuring out on your own there with that. So now you've got an extra box, you've got all the blocks filled in. And what ratio do I want? I want the how many girls part there is. So there's my equal fraction. 7 over 9 equals how many, what number over 27? And hopefully you can figure that out. That is 9 times 3, which means 7 times 3 is 21. There would be 21 girls, and how many boys would there be? 6. You could do some adding and subtracting and figure that out. It doesn't seem that terribly difficult, does it? No, I don't think so. Let's see about inserting a file here. Indeed. No idea what that was, but insert a file. Let's try this here. That stuff. You guys are what, course 3? No. Course 3 slides. This is lesson what, 45? What is that? Hopefully this doesn't take long. Maybe if we count backwards by tens in alphabetical order, you get it.
What?
0. Is it? You're just making that up there, aren't you?
Oh, I did.
Let's look at this one here. Getting there. Getting there. Getting there. Getting there. Yeah, here we go. Take a look at this one. Practice problem. Just to make sure we got it. Practice letter A says the ratio of boys to girls in the assembly was 5 to 4. If there were 180 students, how many girls? Let's go to B. I don't like A. Very good A. Something like A. Let's do B. The coin jar was filled with pennies and nickels in the ratio of 7 to 2. If there are 28 nickels in the jar, how many coins were there? Okay. So we're going to draw our box, right? You Gus, we will. And we've got ratio, we've got actual. What are we comparing? Rockwell?
You're preparing, in the ratio would be for penny, it would be one for pennies.
Pennies and nickels
Oh, no,
and total.
7 for nickels, 2 for pennies.
Unfortunately, you're a little backwards on that. Pennies was listed first, so the first number listed is pennies.
Oh,
So 7 pennies, 2 nickels, and where does 28 go? If there were 28 nickels in the jar, Lucas,
they would go in actual nickels.
28 actual nickels. Now what other boxes can we fill in? Using our incredible intellect that God has given us, what box can I figure out right now, Nick?
On the total for ratio.
There's a total of 9 coins in the ratio, and then which one am I looking for? How many coins, which box is that? This one or this one, this one or this one, A or B, B or A or B, A or B? B. So there's my box that I need to know. 2 over 9 equals 28 over what number? By the way, you all know that y'all have practice tonight, boys and girls.
We have practice.
Girls after school till 5:30. Boys, you guys have practice a little bit later, I think. 6:30. Anyways, figuring this out here, 2 times 14 is 28, so 9 times 14, you might actually have to do that on paper. 14 times 9 is 126. 126 total coins there. So anytime you come up with a ratio problem, you're going to need to jot that stuff down. Any questions?